Okay, peace and love. I'm back. Um, got my tire fixed, and you all are gonna. Some people might, if anybody listens to this or comes in live, might recognize the atmosphere. I'm back with the birds. I'm at my sister's. So I'm gonna do a screen share, and I am going to start here with Charlie Robertson, which is where I really think I left out off the last time. Um, I'm looking for Collins Robinson in uh, 1920 because Jim Collins Robinson married Bobby or Barbara Tate, which is the reason why I believe the DNA file that I'm looking for is is the connection. So I find that I think that this is his son Fred, his excuse me, brother Fred, and Fred is a nephew. Well, that's Charlie. So here's Fred. I believe Fred is the son of Collins Senior. Okay, and that he's in his father's brother's house. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save Fred to Fred. I already have Fred in the tree. Save to someone in my tree. So this is continuous. And as I go along, I will explain. I just realized how old Charlie is. He's 70 years old, and he could be the father of Collins Sr. So, okay, so I'm adding this to Fred. So let me go. I think I have them under Robinson. And here's Fred. Attach. Save to tree. Now I'm going to go over to Collins and I'm going to add a father because that's the only way I could really add Charlie. You can't add a sibling. I'm going to put of, which means father of Collins and Charlie. Okay, that's just my way of holding a spot. Then I'm going to go here and add family to Collins. This is Collins Sr. I'm going to add, and this is Jim, who I'm looking for. I'm going to add family. I have choices. I have mother, spouse, son, daughter, brother, sister. I'm going to add brother, and I'm going to add Charlie. And save. Now that allows me to go right back. Press this back key right here in the upper left corner. Go back again and back one more time so that I'm in this file again. Select Charlie and save him to himself. It doesn't matter when you are looking for someone if it's upper or lowercase. Hmm. Oh, if that's the wrong birth year, guess what? That is the wrong birth year. But what it points out is that if this is Charlie, the son of Collins, He's probably named after his uncle. So all I got to do is press the back key or cancel. And then I'm going to go back. Um, I mean, I'm looking for Robinson. Colin is the first name. So obviously, I have a Charlie Colin. I'm confusing myself. All right, so Charlie Roberts. Robert. There he is. But why did I have his name as Robertson? It should be Robinson. I'm gonna put or Robinson. And this is what has happened. So they could have started off Robertson, and one of the brothers could have went on and continued and migrated and used Robinson, and the other one could have stuck with Robertson or Robertson. You know, so it was really just about phonetics then. And see, here's a daughter that has a separate last name. So either it must be a stepdaughter or she's married. So I'm going to just put in the suffix box, step of Robertson, question, or is she married, question. And then I can get back to that. Because if she's married, I would put Henderson here in the name with her first name. Save to tree. My determination is to show this complete workout showing how using DNA as a tool to discover exactly how people that don't know how they match each other in DNA. They don't know who their common ancestor is. To show how I work those connections out. Okay, so now Charlie is in the tree. So now I should be able to do a search for the father of Charlie and Collins, and I might find him. That's a 12-year difference in time. So, hmm let me see. With all her clothes, what? Yeah, people do that. Yeah, people do that. Hmm. Okay, so this not doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. I would have been looking for like a census report, but what I do want to do is see if Charlie is in. That was 1920, so I want to see if I could get a hint here, or if I do a search, can I get Charlie? And I see him in 1910. Okay, so I'm gonna see if this is him. He have a daughter Naomi. Did they have a daughter Naomi? Okay, which this is Maddie. If it's the same Maddie, and I think it would be, she is probably married then. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm I'm moving a little faster through this because I'm feeling pretty confident that this is the same family. Just because I feel like I remembered Naomi's name and Maddie. So a lot of times I kind of overdo going back and checking. So I know she became a Henderson and she was a Robertson. Uh-uh. And I can go right over there and delete that and say, now that I found him in 1900, I want to see is he close to that the family of Collins. So let's see. First, I gotta remember where was Collins. So that's his sibling, according to what I just did. I made him his sibling. People are making their own trees. That's why you have to make your own decisions about. So in 1910, he was in beat 5, and his father's birthplace and mother's birthplace is South Carolina. Let's see if that matches. Go back to sibling of Charlie. In 1910, he is in beat 5. His parents are not even considered, which usually means the box is just empty. That doesn't help, but that he's in beat 5 helps. So here we go. Okay. So so it says unknown, but the wife parents is South Carolina. It's a possibility. So let's see. How close is he? How close is he to his brother? This is page 46 of 90. Let me see something here. Oh, the last one I did, I actually left off here. So I'm multitasking. I'm gonna go ahead and add this file. Let me say, if I choose not a new person, I can see how many other children that were left. So Essie, who was born in 1913, is she with them still? It's not Eliza. Eliza was born in 1901. This is the 1910. You can see here that this is the 1910, right here where it says date. But I thought it would say somewhere otherwise that this is the 1910 census report. So um, so if this is 1910, the one that I have already must be 1920 because Essie was born in 1913. So that makes sense. So if in fact this Edmund is the this says Edward, but I get it. I get it. Um, this this is probably Edmund. Um, and if this is in fact him, then this Mary, the youngest daughter, she fits the age environment of Bobby or Barbara Tate, who was born in 1909. Um, of course, you give or take. And, she could be Mary Barbara, or she could have decided to use a different name. So I'm saving that. But what I was going to look for was actually, okay, so this is, okay, I'm going to leave this up because this is something else that was outstanding. I wanted to add Early Clark to the record of Carolyn Tate. I was just seeing if there was another place that I can go back and be able to have both of those brothers up at the same time. I just saw something just right then that was interesting, but I'm gonna let it go. This is actually the family of the DNA file that I am researching for, and so I'm gonna get back to that, and I'm gonna use this to go into the tree so I could look at both brothers at the same time. I don't know why I just did that. I could have just went to tree search right from there and typed in Colin Ra Collins Ra the senior. It's a potential mother here. So when I see that, that means that I have some other trees that are saving these people. So I have gotten a hint for them that I didn't see before now. So right now I'm going to just go into Colin's profile, and I'm going to look at the hints. Well, I'm going to do what I was doing in the first place. Where was he in 1910? What page was he on? He was page 50 of 90. His brother was page 46 of 90, who I assume to be his brother. As you see down here, I think you can see that if anybody is here or if anybody looks at this later. Okay, so they are 4 pages away. So I'm gonna work for a little while on mute, just for a little while. So I'm remembering that I saw Isaiah, and now I have a Social Security application. So Isaiah, I think in 1910 is in the house above or next to his brother. He's Colin's next door neighbor. Really, Jackson, Mississippi. So this it would be his father's here. This would be yeah. That's right. So now I'm gonna do okay. See, so in 1870 they have a Colin that is Naomi is named after his sister, Colin, and a sister. I bet that's them. So I'm gonna review that. I'm gonna go ahead to go to 1870. Let's see if Charlie is there. But no Charlie. But 1870, Charlie is already um 20 years old. Peter, yeah, Peter is born in 1910. Sometimes in 1870, they don't bring the parents over. So his mother is Naomi. Wait, wait. No, I think that's his sister. Yeah, and Peter has a son named after him. So I really don't need to get into each single thing of this, but I'm gonna just add them because it is Colin, and I don't know. I'm just picking. These are not people that I'm adding because they are um, connected by DNA in any way that I can tell at this point. These are people that are connected to um, the husband of a DNA connection. So now I'm not going to worry about 1880. I'm really looking for Bobby in 1920. I got to stay focused because otherwise you do get off on a tangent of, you know. So, okay, so here's Mary Cox, who, she's a DNA connection. But wait a minute, would this help me? Mary Cox. Did I figure anything about her already? Tammy Stewart. Oh, they in Casey Johnson's tree, Naomi is not the sister, she's the mother. What is that? In my tree, I did save 1870, so I should have a Naomi over here. I saved a Naomi. I don't understand that. Let me see something. I don't get it. So I'm gonna do the back key. Inferred parents, Peter Robinson, and other inferred children of Peter. Here's Naomi. So I didn't see her just then. So maybe I have to refresh to see her. Let's see. Naomi is probably their mother, but maybe she's not the mother of Charlie. And I also want to view the actual census report. Hmm. Okay, so let's see. Okay, wow. Well, who I'm looking for right here is to see if Charlie was a neighbor to his family. Maybe Charlie is not a brother. Maybe that is not Fred. Maybe Charlie is Peter's brother. You know, I doubt it, but I don't. It's not unreasonable to think that Peter may have had other children other than those that are in the house, though. So at this point, I'm going to edit relationships. I'm going to not have Peter as her biological father. I'm going to agree that that's probably his wife. And then I'm going to add spouse. And when I add spouse, I'm going to select someone from the tree and I'm going to make Peter ROB, the father. So y'all see here how when I just, instead of putting junior, which leaves me the suffix box, I can tell you already. This is, I don't have to look at the year. I could just look right quick. I know that this is him. I don't have to do a lot of figuring. Sometimes I wonder if I'm saying stuff. I be feeling like I'm stopping mid sentence. So now, now we would see Naomi in the tree, and plus I need to quick edit and change her last name to blank, to be blank, and say, okay. So now if I view her in the tree, tools, view in tree. Oh yeah, let me have. I don't see those that much. They just right on the shelf, probably, huh? Huh? The reason Peter has a connection here is because of Charlie. Because Charlie wasn't in that house. They didn't give Naomi as a mother to him. So I'm gonna open it up so you can see. But I don't see Charlie. I don't understand. Oh, so I guess it's just leave it, have that box next to him to, because they set up. So so here's Charlie. Because I just saved Peter. I don't know what happened. I would say Charlie is still there, but he has additional parent. Exactly. So they still show father of Collins and Charlie, as well as additional parent for Peter Robinson. So now I shouldn't, in other words, I shouldn't have accepted Peter. I should have made the father of Collins. I should have said not a new person. I should have said not a new person. That's what would have fixed that. I shouldn't even be opening that. But anyway, here's Peter and Naomi. That's a possible Peter here. This is what they suggesting could be him. I just want to see what that looked like. Really? That says 154 slaves. 26th February 1835. Examined and found correct. So black and brown must be, they got first and last names? There's 154. So it's 154 people with first and last names? I think this would probably be what the age. I'm going up to the top to see. I see blacks and browns and yellow. This must be the age. Look. I don't know. I'm not sure what this is all about, but I know just that it appears that they cut it off right here. Wow. Okay, I'm going a page back because I want to see if I can find the key to what's going on at the top right up here. I want to see if I can find that. So I might have to go all the way to the page that is like, which would be like that's 60s, 40s. So probably about two more pages back, maybe. Maybe it's at the beginning. Okay, so this is Manifest of Negroes, Mulattoes, and Persons of Color taken on board the Big Uncas, whereof taken whereof Nathaniel Bush, I don't know, Bush is master. I'm not word unsure of master for them. 155 something OGs. I don't know. Tend to be tend to be transported from the port of Alexandria in the district of Iskander for the purpose of being sold in or disposed of as slaves to be held to service or labor. Names. Height. I, g- I don't know what that. I don't know what this says, but I see male, and then I guess ditto. For that means ditto. So all of those would be male. Name. Okay. And I don't know what that word is, but sex. Oh yeah, that says sex. Age. Feet. Inches. Complexion. Something a shipper name. Residence. Some other kind of name. And residence, which is blank. The second column is blank, except that right here it did look like that was something. So this is 1835, 1835, and they got black, yellow, copper. Well, would you look at that? So that's Carter Weathers. I cannot believe. Copper, black, yellow, browns. All right. So since that was the beginning of that one, I'm gonna go back another page to see is it the end of another one. What do it say when they on the end? Naval officer. So the government was doing. So the Navy was part of these things, just openly like that. The naval officer, District and Port of Charleston, South Carolina. I'm reading this. Now I'm on something else all of a sudden. It says I, whatever his name is, master of Brig Everett and I guess of Boston. Maybe it's the first line. Master of Brig Everett. Whatever his name is, of Boston and owner of the within specified slaves, do solemnly swear to the best of knowledge, our knowledge and belief, that the slaves herein described were not imported or brought into the United States from and after the first day of January 1808, and that under the laws of this state they go to service or labor. Did that make sense? Because he's saying, oh, I guess he's saying he's the owner of these specified slaves, but that they were not slaves that were bought in after the first day of January 1808. Okay. And that was before some collector. And this is the Fitch. Fitch, master of the brig Everett. That brig, a brig, I guess the brig, like the name of the big ship. Manifest consisting of 5 slaves and delivered duplicates thereof. Permission is hereby granted to said brig Everett, port of New Orleans in the state of Louisiana, given under our hands at Charleston, the 5th day of March. So this is like a these this is like slaves, supposed to be slaves that are being moved around. That was for these 5 people whose names are here. Heights, class, not color, so class right there. Owners of shippers and residents. John Fitch. Well, that's the first time I've seen this document. Passengers, it says manifest of slaves, passengers on board the brig Everett. Bound from Charleston, South Carolina for New England? Oh, New Orleans. Yeah. From South Carolina to New Orleans. Let me see if I have company. No. Okay.